Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun game with the trains, or the train, the one that's currently going past on the screen, where you have a train company, which basically consists of one train, your grandpa, an accountant named Lance, a mechanic named Sophia, and an engineer, or some kind of person named Hank, with whom you travel around the world, doing various jobs, tasks, picking up cargo and passengers, and generally having a fun sort of time. Now, last time I believe I was in Russia East, and I realised it was going to take a lot of time and effort to do Russia East, so I set my train on random and let it go. Well, I didn't basically pick a destination, so your train randomly travels around the world while the game is not playing. And then I said I was going to go to Africa West next, just to go back there and do some stuff. So as I continue, my train should be coming into Tangiers, I believe, or Tangier. We'll find out if I'm right. Yep, Tangier. My train is coming into Tangier, and I have the whole of the Africa West checklist still to do. I've got to serve 2,000 passengers, travel another 10,000 miles, buy or upgrade another 53 stations, travel to another 44 stations, and buy almost just under 1,400 cargo. But one of the reasons I came to Africa West is you have to repair bits of track and build stations, which I haven't done yet. I have repaired one bit of track, I believe. So I thought I would do that. I've got a chunk of money, $750,000 in gold, approximately. And I know, because I looked at these earlier, the building requirements for these are lumber, plastic windows, and bricks. So I made sure I'm carrying some lumber, plastic windows, and bricks. I believe I'm carrying enough to build 3 stations. So I'm going to go play in Africa West, and I'm going to need that map back in a second. There's the lumber, there's the bricks, and there's the plastic windows. Stuff's quite cheap in Africa West, apparently. It's all under the cost of 10 gold, which is comparatively quite cheap. So I'll just grab all of that from Tangier. I may not need it all, but I'm going to grab it anyway. And now I need to set a destination. Now I can either go down towards this bit, and because I can only got enough stuff to actually build 3 stations, I can't quite connect to that stuff down there. But I can go this way and do 3 stations. So I'm going to go this way. I will set a destination of El Kef. And I will probably build Gafsa as the station that I'm going to build, but I'm going to move onwards. This will help with the miles I've got to do and the passengers I've got to serve. As I said, I'm going to need to go back to the map. I'm also going to buy a load of stations, including this one that I'm coming to, and the next one. Basically any station or upgrade that will cost me, at the moment, under 5,000 or under, I will buy the station. Oh, I meant to go back there. Right, I just want to see what cargo it requires. I don't know what that cargo is, so I'm not really looking to worry too much about the cargo that it wants at this point. This cargo demand. I'm looking to buy stuff. I'll buy just the one thing at this station, as everything's slightly over 10, and move on to the next station. Looking for stations that cost 5,000 or less to buy that I haven't already purchased. That one's expensive. At some point I'm going to have to spend more money to get these stations, but sounds like I'm coming into a station right about now. Nador? Okay, that's pepper. I haven't got any of that. Oh, once again, everything is under the cost of 10, and this one's steel. I'm actually carrying some steel, so I will actually try and meet their resource demand, and I'll just pick everything up that's in that station and move on to the next one. My current train configuration, apart from the fact it has this engine which helps me carry 20 more cargo, I have 6 paying cars at the front, or money-making cars, a ball pit, an Old West food car, a taco car, a saloon, a game car, and a candy food car, all of which are level 2, so they have the capacity to go up to level 3. I have, I don't know how many passenger cars, 6 passenger cars, a ladybug car, I have 3 Skyview cars and 2 steampunk cars, again all of which are not level 3 yet, so they have capacity to improve. And behind them I have 3 cargo cars, a carrot car, an urban freight car, both of which are level 2, and then 2 coal cars and 2 flat freighters, both of which are max level 3. So I've got 4 cars which are fully maxed out, mainly because of their cargo carrying capacity. And at the back I have my caboose. Well, I'll buy the steel. I can't fit much more in. Otherwise I'd buy more. I may buy some more stuff on the way back through this way as we head off to Oran. As I'm at the back of the train in my caboose. There is currently 8,500, so I'll add that to my money. Head back towards the front of the car. So I've got a bunch of money-making cars, some of which have a little bit of cash in them. There are short distances between stations in this part of the world. Just check if there's anything over that way I want to continue buying. Apparently not. I'll buy Tangier while I'm back here. So I'm going to buy any station that's going to cost me 5,000 or less currently, because it will help me complete the... I think that may have just allowed me to complete the task, maybe not. And there's even more stations down here. When you're paying 5,000 a time, it doesn't really take that big a chunk out of your money. Yeah, there's even more stations down here. All these stations are relatively cheap. Note the words relatively. Still Africa West. Right. Okay, I've got 10,000 from cars. I'm 14 stations short of doing all the stations I want in Africa West. So I will come back to that as I'm still moving in the general direction of east. Well, the carrots are nice and cheap. This place wants whatever that is. Looks like a Game Boy. Everything is still relatively cheap, but I don't have that much capacity. And I don't know which of this stuff is actually going to sell down here. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll get rid of the... I'll pick up carrots, or some of them, and off we go. So, like I say, I'm coming over here to this station. I will eventually get to this station, so I can build it. I don't know how to do that. I'm hoping it's a relatively simple process. I have all my money making cars. So I've still got over 500,000. Now, I am going to buy at some point the depot in Canada. I have purchased another depot in Mexico and completed the Mexico checklist. I haven't collected the reward for that, but I have completed it. Okay, this place wants salt. I've got some of that, and I'll take your very cheap carrots. Move on to Algiers. So, if I go look at the map to show what I'm doing, yes, Mexico is over. Nope, it's not over here. I can find a place to click on it. Yes, I have completed all the quests in Mexico and bought the depot there. Because, well, I needed to buy the depot to complete all the quests around Mexico. I've still got a load of stations I need to buy, and things I need to complete. But the other depot is the Canadian Centre depot, which to buy that now is going to cost me almost $1 million. Which was one of the reasons I was saving some money before I decided to go to Africa West. Because it will be easier to use that depot when I'm trying to complete Alaska. So until I buy that depot, I'm not going to complete Alaska. But I'm making progress. Apparently this part of the world has cargo resources, most of which I'm not familiar with. Halfway served the passengers, I'll make it on travel distance. Oh, okay, I've completed a job. This wants throwing stars by the looks of it. So we will ignore that for now and just keep going. I've completed a job. Which now means I need another job. Accept that one because it paid me some money. Okay. This one looks like it wants bowls of rice, which I don't have. So I'll ignore that. Like I say, I'll pick up a load more cargo on the way back from wherever it is I currently am and headed to. And I'm wondering, do I drive down here? I'll see when I get there. Welcome to Constantine. Okay, this one wants whatever that is, which I don't currently have on my train either. Alrighty. I'm actually just going to see if I can go directly down that way. Apparently I can. So I'm just wondering if I build the station once I get there. Okay, so these noises are, it's not telling me I've completed jobs, but I have actually completed a couple of jobs. Which is quite nice for the money aspect. Accept that job. That job. Just before I get to this new wonderful destination. Lance, my accountant, hasn't gone up to another level yet, but he's getting close. Was mainly to all the time I spent trying to complete Mexico. It took about 3 or 4 circuits of Mexico to complete the Mexico checklist. Sophia's got more than half of the experience required before she'll go up to the next level, and Hank is now level 5. Okay, station building. In order to connect our rail network, we'll need to invest some gold in building stations. You can build a new train station at a build site if you've acquired the necessary building cargo. Building cargo can be found at various markets around the world, just like regular cargo. Lucky us, Grandpa has arranged to collect the building cargo ahead of time for this site. Now we just have to deliver the building cargo just like you would at a factory or depot. Grandpa didn't arrange it. I arranged it. Now that cargo is here, we'll need to spend some gold to start the building phase. Grandpa has taken care of that one for us too. Oh, okay, it's not a plastic window, it's a wood window. It looks pretty much the same as the plastic window outline, apart from it's got a brown background. Well, that's kind of nice. I almost made a huge mistake. So, let's start the build. This one's free. Nice work! Now you know how to build train stations. Apart from I've got to find wood windows. I don't know where I find those. Plastic windows I could find. So it has a market, none of which has got anything in currently. If I have a look at the map, I need to connect the line to the next places it wants to go. Apart from it needs wood windows to build these things. And I'm not carrying wood windows, I'm carrying plastic windows. Because I made an error in judgment, so I don't know where I get wood windows from. I'll have to figure that out. So it looks like I'm not going to be here very long, as I will now head back the way I came to about that point, and I'll head south just so I can spend some more time in Africa West. And while I'm here, buy that station. I'll now spend 10,000 on stations. Again, it's not... Oh, that one's only going to require 5. That's going to require 50. $50,000, 50,000, 10,000, 10,000. This is eating through my money, but it's expensive. Casablanca's expensive. That, thankfully, completes the second task of buy or upgrade 100 Africa West stations. So unfortunately, having made that mistake, means I'm not going to spend as much time in Africa West as I was planning, but I have now built my first station and repaired another bit of line. And spent a load of money. Yeah, I'm going back that way. So I need to find where I can get wood windows from. On the right side, I've got a little space in my train to pick up some cargo on the way back. So once I figure out the wood window thing, I will come back to Africa West and continue my building plans. The bricks the red bricks that it needs I can get either in Mexico or parts of Canada, and the lumber I can get in Canada West mainly. I'm at this market, aren't I? I will buy the cheap stuff. And let's move on to the next station. As I have some money, I can always get more money. Oh, I did get some more money. Except for that job. That was not the button I meant to hit. This is the button I was meant to hit. Currently my cars are maxed out, my train cannot get any larger. But I can spend a little bit of cash upgrading my maximum speed and upgrading my maximum cargo capacity, and that's me out of money. They're still relatively all cheap. I'll just pick it all up. Show you this one. My depot currently has 3,381 pieces of cargo in it. I really need to start trying to empty some of my depot. Let me change that. Now has 3,000. No, still 3,000. Oh, went into my train. I had enough capacity for it. As Jess Alexandra happily pointed out, which I'm really grateful for, if you clear an obstruction and you don't have room on your train, the stuff goes into your depot. However, okay, I've now got 3,382 because I just took a bit of cargo off that plane that flew past. Market-wise, I have not got the capacity. What I am going to do is I'm going to sell you the flour and the trout, because I haven't had any use for that yet. Black roof tiles, so I can pick up peanuts. And I'll pick up the pepper because it's cheap. Maybe, you never know, I may find a place that wants pepper. Okay, that's where I am. Right, let me check the cargo deliveries. You want some salt? I might have some of that. One of you want pepper? No, you did not want pepper. You want the nuts I'm carrying. Meatballs. Okay, cauliflower or pepper? That looks like cauliflower. Yep. I'm going to struggle to find a place to get rid of my cargo down this part of the world. That's cabbage. Pepper I can make a profit on, so I will. Because I'd rather have the water and the steel at this point, so I can sell the steel. Part. Need another job. And apparently I've completed another job. I'm about to complete a further job, so I'll accept that job. This job will complete shortly. Money out of all my cars. Sell you my one salt. Buy the cheap pepper. And the water. I need a load of water for Las Vegas next time I'm in Vegas. I want to check the map, see where I am in the greater scheme of things. I've still got a couple of stations to go before I want to change direction. I've served 1,400 passengers now. Yeah, it sounds like I just completed another job. Another station. Okay, I'll take that job. Amazingly, when you want jobs for your accountant, you can never find them, and when you want jobs for money, you can never find them either. Okay, this is the one I haven't got the stuff it wants, but I'll just take cheap stuff. The one that wants the cabbages? No, you're not. Which one wants the cabbages? Pretty sure somebody wanted cabbages. That one. Marrakesh. Okay. I'll head down towards Marrakesh. Sell the asparagus to make some room, A for the cabbages, which I know I want for Marrakesh, and the cheap peppers, because they're there. I'd like to get a little bit of money. Oh, let me go check the caboose, see how much money's in the caboose. Oh, best part of 20,000. That gives me a chunk of money. So once I get to Marrakesh, that's when I'm going to find out what the gumball machine will give me. Be a nice gentle little ending to my trip through Africa West. Got peanuts for sale. I'll sell the peppers, I don't really want them right now. Peanuts are cheap. We go to wherever I'm going next. I can't pronounce the name of these places. That's Marrakesh. What I can do. No, I'm not going to spend the 10,000 to upgrade it, even though I could upgrade it, because I want the money for the gumball machine. My speed boost, I now have a top speed of 300 miles an hour. The first time I've hit 300 miles an hour. Okay, my standard speed is 240 miles an hour by the looks of it. But I can now hit 300 miles an hour. Alright, complete the job. Please find a job for my accountant. No, I can find jobs that give me money though, so could be worse. Okay, I have room for that cheap carrot, so I'll take it. And off we go to Marrakesh. A bit of money in the caboose. Any more money in any of these cars? Apparently not. Speed boost up to the glorious 300 miles an hour. And that'll give me another 5,000. That's what I was kind of hoping for, was a little more money before I got to Marrakesh. Because if possible, I would like to buy or do the gumball machine for a rare car and the non-rare car, or the 10% chance for a rare car. The two, basically one of either option on the gumball machine. It just amuses me, so I like to do them two at a time. Besides which, I'm running out of cars which are at level 1. In fact, I think I may have run out of cars which are currently level 1. I want 13 cabbages. There you go, have 13 cabbages. Okay. Just check a place on the map. Any place will, yeah, that place will do. Just put a mark on it so I've got an idea of where I'm going. Off we go. Now, off to the good old gumball machine. That button there. I've got enough money to do one of each. So here's the rare car. A ladybug car. Got a few of those. And a 10% chance of a rare car. Street art. I've actually got one of those, but they're quite good. They're cargo carriers. Somewhere new. Okay, completed that job. Good. Job for the accountant. Just check how close he is now. 6 points. I imagine I will level up the accountant at some horrific cost, because it does cost a lot to level up accountants these days. Once I get a couple of levels in, whilst I'm moving this train from one place to another. I don't know where I'm planning to go next, but that was a quick jaunt round Africa West, of which I made the mistake of thinking I had the right type of windows, and I was wrong. It happens occasionally. Occasionally I am wrong. Not often, but occasionally. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed, or at least enjoyed my mistake, and hopefully I'll see you down the track for more Tiny Rails in the near future. Cheerio!